Welcome to Taiwandering with Jason. In this week's episode, I'm here at Da'an Park in the center of Taipei City with my good friend Luke. And Luke is from the United States, and he has an interesting journey of how he became a Cram school teacher to a software engineer. So today we're going to learn about his journey.
Hey, so yeah, I'm Luke. I'm from California in the United States. I came to Taiwan in 2019, so I've been here for about 4 years. Started out as a cram school teacher, as Jason said, and recently I accepted my first software engineering position in Taiwan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did you make your decision to come to Taiwan?
I started teaching English in Korea after graduating university. I went out to Korea, was there for about 6 months, met my now current girlfriend, Eva, who had been there for about 3.5 years. She was ready to either go home or move somewhere new. We decided to come to Taiwan so that, she could practice her Chinese and we could continue to live abroad and explore new places.
And speaking of Eva, that's actually how I met Luke in the first place. When I was in the States about to move to Taiwan, one of my college friends, he said, you should meet up with my college roommate, Roland. So we ended up meeting up, and Roland said, hey, you should meet my neighbor Eva. She's also going to Sida, the college that I was learning Chinese. And so I met Eva through that, and then ended up meeting Luke through there as well too. Eva was in my Sida video and then also my Miaoli video. So now that you're in Taiwan, what do you like about life here?
Taiwan feels like a place that you can really settle down. I don't feel like an outsider or anything. I really feel like this has become, one of my homes. When I think of Taiwan, I think of convenience. There's public transportation that can get you anywhere. There's beautiful parks and greenery and nature all throughout, one of the biggest cities in Asia. It's just a beautiful place to live. It's a very wholesome place to live. So I've been to quite a few cities throughout the island. I would say definitely the first place that comes to mind, the number one place in my experience, is Alishan. I just had this feeling of just feeling really good the whole time. I don't know if it was the clean air, the sunshine, the altitude, I don't know what it was, but it was just the whole time I could just walk around that mountain for hours and just enjoy every minute of it.
We live in Taipei, which is a very loud city. There's scooters buzzing all the time. I live where there's a flight path, and so going to Alishan is a nice relief for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Where else in Taiwan have you visited that you enjoyed?
Yeah, so actually Jason and I and some of our friends went to Taidong, kind of like known as a more like hip area where there's a lot of surfing.
We saw a surfing competition while we were there.
Oh, we did, yeah. Surfing competition. There's an Aboriginal village there that was, I think it was my first time eating like an Aboriginal meal.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, great food. I mean, there's great food everywhere in Taiwan. That's like something that kind of goes without saying no matter where you are.
Tell us a little bit about your journey from a cram school teacher, which is called補習班here in Taiwan, to your software engineering job.
When I first came to Taiwan, I started to realize that teaching might not be for me as a long-term career. So I had to figure out what can I do to start preparing myself to transition. So this was 4 years ago that I started to think about something else I can do. I had a little bit of experience with web development before I came out here. And luckily there's a lot of free resources. So basically the past few years was just, doing freelancing jobs, lots of studying different courses online, to the point where last year I started applying for roles as a software engineer. I had an interview, I had a take-home project. I put all of my time into this take-home project. It kind of felt like my last shot, and before I had to start, teaching again just to make money. And fortunately, I did a good enough job for them to want to hire me, and now I'm waiting for the work permit, but going to be an employed software engineer.
All right, 好棒好棒，加油加油。And speaking of which, Luke actually designed my website for my tutoring business. So I'll include that in the link below so you can see his work. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so what type of advice would you have if somebody was coming to Taiwan? Do they have to learn Chinese? How is your Mandarin Chinese?
Chinese is definitely not something you have to know. Obviously, it's way better if you do know it. It's something that's very valuable.
A lot of it depends on where in Taiwan, because we live in Taipei. It's a more cosmopolitan city. There are people that speak English. There are more expats here. But if you go to a smaller town like Chiayi, you probably need to speak some more Chinese.
Definitely. In Taipei, you'll find people who are either fluent or semi-fluent, or at least know a little bit of English. I've never really had issues in Taipei as someone who doesn't speak much Chinese. Google Translate is also a tool that I would say if you are coming and you don't speak any Chinese, going to a restaurant that only has a Chinese menu with Google Translate, you just take a picture of it and it changes it all to English. It's actually amazing. Yeah, very useful.
It gets really hot here, by the way. It gets hot here. There's mosquitoes. There are big bugs, so just be careful for that.
Yeah, very hot and also very rainy. And in the winter, it actually gets pretty cold. It can get down to like 6 degrees Celsius at night, which is in the 40s Fahrenheit, I believe. It's like a humid cold, so it really seeps into your bones. Don't underestimate the winters in Taiwan. It's not always tank top and shorts weather out here.
Okay, well, to close off our interview, I have one final question. Luke, I heard you recently added actor to your resume. Could you tell us a little bit more about your breakout role?
Our mutual friend, Arthur, he makes puppets for plays and, videos, shows, things like that. And he's involved in this production. I believe it's called Juana Street. He makes the puppet, he acts as the puppet in these music videos. And so they were doing this music video about, I believe, scams in Taiwan, like common scams that people, might run into in Taiwan. And one of the scams involves an American soldier. So
not just a soldier, a general.
Yeah,
right?
American general, yes.
Tell the audience what you needed to dress up for this role.
Oh, okay. So they had an army outfit, hat, jacket, pants, all in camo, and boots. And honestly, everything fit really well except for the boots. I wear about a size 13 in the US, and these boots were about a size 10. So I was on set for about 3, 4, 5 hours just in boots that were about 3 sizes too small.
And as you can tell by the disparity in our height, Luke is one of the taller people here in Taiwan. So to find actual shoes that could fit him was going to be difficult. So
yes.
I will link the video in the descriptions below. And Luke, thank you so much for coming out on a beautiful day. Stay tuned for future episodes and make sure to like and subscribe. And 再见 for now. Bye-bye.
Bye guys.